Good afternoon. This is the Ludd family, and I want to take us back to yesteryear. Currently, we're at the on Broad Street in Sumter, South Carolina, and we're en route to 17A Dixie Drive, where we used to live from. We used to reside here in 1974 to 1975. This place has been built up immensely from the time that we left until, I guess, 40 years later. It's a whole different town. But I've always had a good vibe about it. Every time I come out here, it makes me feel good. There's just something about it. My father is originally from here, Clifton Ludd. He was born in Pinewood, South Carolina, which is, again, Sumter County, right out of Clarendon County, Paxville. The street that we're on now is Broad Street. There are a lot of malls and shopping centers in this area, so it's much different and much more developed now than what it was back then. The 378, 76, that would take you to Florence in one direction, and so this is, as you see, this is we're in Sumter, South Carolina. We're in Sumter. The main thoroughfare is Broad Street. And as you can see, it's so developed right now. It looks good. This side right there. So it's so we're gonna take a couple of minutes just to kind of look, just to kind of enjoy the ride. It's about a 10-minute ride, 10-minute drive, I should say. It's kind of goes through. And so it's very nice. I think over here to your left, where the Staples, the Big Lot, was a Woolco. That was one of the main department stores during that era, 1974, 1975. Matter of fact, our next door neighbor, Mr. Harvin Washington, he was the manager, the store manager at that particular department store, Woolco. As you can see, it's no longer a Woolco. Also, one of the main grocery stores back then was Bilo's. I don't believe that's here either, but that's what we did. There are a lot of things that are currently here now. It wasn't there back then. There was no such thing as Wells Fargo Bank and BB&T and Taco Bell and Staples. They didn't exist at that time. If I see something that I can recollect, from that time, I would make sure that I pointed out to you. Wendy's, that wasn't there. So again, we're going through the thoroughfare. At that time, I was on the Mall on the left. That's the Sumter Mall. One of the main credit unions down here is the All South Credit Union. It's about a 10-hour drive from Washington, D.C. to Sumter. It takes us approximately 10 hours. So it was a nice ride. I really enjoyed the ride. To your left, Piggly Wiggly. I believe that store was there at that time, during that time. That store was there. I remember this little strip mall that was there. It wasn't, different stores, but that was there I believe a couple of times we have walked from our residence at the time to that little strip mall, little shopping center, I should say. If you look to your right, these are some of the stores that were there. At least structures or buildings that were there back then. So much different now than back then. So I'm very, enamored anytime I get to drive in this area. It always makes me feel good. Yeah, it makes me feel good. I travel, and I've had the opportunity to travel extensively in South Carolina. The black people here are more together than any place that I've ever been, and I've traveled around the world, and I can honestly say that these people are more together than any place I've been. But it's not to say that they don't have any problems. I would never say that, because that wouldn't be true. Okay, we're about to make a left turn on Miller Road. On Miller Road. This gas station was here during that time. It was called something else. I can't think, maybe Young's Market. So that was there. But Miller Road is where we just made that left. We're gonna make a right turn. Maybe this is a little different than custom to going. It's a little difficult. Coming back, we route back to Broad Street. We will definitely try to recollect what we, the things that we used to see. And this right here is Dixie Drive. Let's look at that. It's look the same. Doesn't look any different.
The destination is on your left. 17 Dixie Drive.
17A Dixie Drive to your left. This is the place that we used to live. Then our next door neighbor, okay, let's look at these. Our next door neighbor was Mr. Washington. He lived at Mr. Harvin and Lillian Washington. They used to live at 17B Dixie Drive. But this is pretty much the community that we grew up in, and it had a profound effect on us. I wish that, matter of fact, I wish that we never moved from here. This was we had such a wonderful time living here, and I just think if we could have remained here, I think it would have been a good thing, but things don't always work the way you want them to work, but nonetheless, this is where we lived at, and I've never forgotten about it. I'm gonna make a U-turn momentarily, but this is where we lived at, and I never forgot it. We're gonna make a U-turn here on Highland and Jackson Street, and we're gonna we got another vantage point of this community. So we're gonna drive, to come up. And pretty much this is what we're going to do. You know, it's a very quiet and peaceful community. This is Dixie Drive in Highland. We're going to make a right turn, you know, to give you another vantage point of it. And it pretty much looked the same. I'm sure, you know, it's different than what it was back then. But this is it. I mean, this is it. It is what it is. And you know, all right. It was in 17A Dixie Drive is where we grew up at. So I'm gonna drive back around. We're gonna get back on Broad Street and we're gonna head on back to the hotel. So I wanted to, you know, share this with, I guess, the world, to let you know that, you know, that this is Sumter, South Carolina. We still, you know, mom and dad, and you know, we come out here back in the 70s. You know, as kids, you don't really while growing up, but when you don't have it anymore, that is the time that you kind of miss. You know, you miss what you have. This house over here was one of the houses. That's the old White House right here. That was a neighbor of mine. Old white man, he was a nice guy. And he was very friendly to us. This right here, this gas station. This was here. That was here. We were on Highland. That wasn't the same gas station at the time, but that service station is still here. Just made a right on Broad Street. As you can see to your left, there's a auto zone, and there's an advanced auto just above on Miller Street. You have China Palace Restaurant. Well, none of these places were here at the time. You have Field Express, you know, that wasn't there. So all these are relatively new places, you know, that didn't exist back then. But as any other city, you know, places grow and industries move in and industries move out. So that's what makes the world, you know, go around. 2020 had that opportunity. I've been blessed and fortunate with that opportunity to actually experience it. You know, to experience it. You know, I remember at the time we would go over Aunt Sarah's house. You know, we would go to she lived in Sumter on North Street. We would go to Brogdon to visit Aunt Ducker. It was country back then, and in that area of Brogdon, Dixie and before the cell phone, pictures, you know, different type of devices where you can take pictures with, you know, that was long before that, you know, and I kind of wish that we would have stayed down here, you know, but it didn't happen. You know, mom and dad always did what's best for the family, you know, what they thought that was best, but, further up north, if we continue going in the direction that we're going, we'll go to Shaw Air Force Base is up here. They're about 7 or 8 miles up yonder. And also, if we go into Columbia, you can go to Columbia in this going in this direction as well. Right now, we're on 521.76. These are state highways over here. So you get another way going up what things work, how things work. So this is this is pretty much what we're doing. Pretty got the Sumter Mall again. Got a McDonald's on the left. So again, this place has really grown, but the vibe is still here. It's still here. I'm just delighted to be here. It's always feel good about coming down. We don't get here as often as I would like. But every opportunity that I get the chance to bring the family down here, I do it. Because I don't know how long this opportunity to come down here is going to present itself. Maybe another 10 to 20 years from now. North. We're on 76 right now, which is the business district. So this is what it is. What it is. Is everyone going in this direction? So we're gonna go by Popeyes. Get a couple of things here, while we're out here. And end the video right here. So again, I want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please give me a thumbs up with the heart. And again, thank you for watching, and I will try to keep more videos coming as we during our travels. So again, thank you. God bless.